It has been a while. I know I've been in vacation mode, so we're going to really just jump in it today and get some clarity. This is hopefully going to be a little bit longer, but not too long. We're not going to get too deep, but there's some energy coming in. I've been talking about it for a while. Like we've been coming out of this energy shift, and if you are new to this concept, like there's like the 13-month calendar and it's a very important one. 13 is a very unique and important number. Definitely dive into some of that type of insight. Just do a little quick homework Google search, honestly. Just to kind of really figure out what that means, because that will give you a little bit more insight on like cycles, energy cycles, astrology, and a lot more insight into just like spirituality and things like that, just because you can conceptually understand it a little bit deeper. But anyway, aside from that, like we're coming out of this cycle, and like the new year is really starting to begin here in the spring. So we just shifted our time, our clocks, they went forward a little bit. So spring forward, fall back. We're coming into this new energy. So again, like this year is really starting to take off around this March area, especially mid-March. So we're kind of essentially we're changing chapters right now. And you're walking into this new chapter with a lot more vision, a lot more clarity. We're basically leaving 2023 behind us, and we're moving forward with new beginnings and things that we've been working on manifesting. So anything that you have been working on manifesting, do expect it to come in full force. So with that being said, we have some interesting energy right off the bat. If you're new here, I do tarot readings essentially on TikTok. They are separate, but they do very much go hand in hand with these full videos. So you could watch, honestly, whichever. I just kind of recommend coming here to YouTube because there's more time, so I can go a little bit more in depth with these cards. The first two cards that came out together actually the Lovers card actually came out first. The Hangman came out right after. So there's kind of like this like not even just like romantic energy, but like this very like in tune, balanced energy coming in. So you have like these lovers dancing here and like symmetry, and like it's just very magical the way these energies come through and the way that they are essentially manipulated in this dance. This dance routine is a very like symmetrical divine union, and it actually comes through and it changes like the energy in the room basically. So these two energies dancing together, it essentially changes the energy in the room. Like everybody else can feel this energy, and so they start dancing, everyone starts getting inspired, and like literally you can see like the energy change around you is basically the message. We have like this hangman coming out right after, which kind of seems a little strange, but it really isn't. The hangman is really about being like, you know, just like letting go of all control and just kind of going with the flow and just letting things happen, like letting things shift the way that they're supposed to. Like honestly, when you master manifestation, like your ideal approach is to figure out, do the hard work, do all the shadow work, figure out what your desires are, your inner strengths, your skills, the weaknesses, the things that you can hone down on, and like inspire yourself to kind of work on and improve on. And then the next step would be like the law of detachment. I talked about that in my TikTok today too. Um, but if you want a little bit more insight, so like practicing the law of detachment, just allowing yourself like this freedom to fail, and like freedom of like literally detaching yourself from outcomes, so like you can feel a lot more inspired and less anxious about the way things happen, and allowing yourself this like literally to ride the wave, the ups and the downs. So that essentially, that energy that you want to master is going to be the hanged man, because when you do come into your manifestations and you really want to feel like the full ride of the wave, like do the work, do the shadow work, figure out what you want to manifest, allow yourself to kind of like make room for your manifestations and just kind of like pave the way and energetically make room, and then allow yourself to literally detach from everything and just allow yourself to ride the wave, because things will really like literally work out for you when you're practicing the law of manifestation, the law of detachment. Like things will literally just work themselves out. Obviously you're going to still be doing some physical labor whenever, you know, you'll still be creating content, of course, but when you allow yourself to just not like I guess try to figure out all these different ways and focus in and just like, you know, spend hours or whatever of time just trying to elaborate and conspire and figure out some, you know, elaborate way to get the attention of all these folks or whatever it is, like, you know, like you don't have to do all of these things. Like when you just are practicing the law of detachment, like your creativity will come to you and you will feel inspired in moments, and that's when you will literally feel yourself thriving the most, because you're providing like this authentic energy. You're not trying too hard. You're not like trying to like like find things to come out of like literally thin air and just poof into reality. Like you're not anxious. You're not like trying to control or manipulate everything around you. So again, you're just not anxious about it. You're allowing yourself like this freedom of authenticity to express itself basically. So again, it's it's just a much more blissful way to experience life. Trust me, it really is. So we have like this Eight of Pentacles energy. After I ramble on, we do have this Eight of Pentacles energy, so it's here to again show you like, you know, when we are watering our plants, when we're watering our garden, like those things are gonna blossom. They're gonna bloom into this like giant freaking flower, and you'll feel like wow, yeah. If I put in the work and I actually sit there and, you know, allow myself to feel a little discipline and just kind of, you know, rub the sand off my eyes a little bit and just kind of take a look around, you know, I am actually here to kind of change the world. And when I do put that energy into the world around me, like things actually do grow and they do flourish. So, you know, the more work and concentration I put in, the better it will be. So if you are feeling like kind of like struggled or like feeling kind of like that you're not really sure where this next chapter is going to take you, just allow this kind of tower to come through and kind of shift gears for you, because the tower is really going to kind of fumble any like illusionary things that you're attached to right now. So if you're like kind of stuck in like a dead end job, or you're just kind of feeling like stuck creatively, you're not feeling inspired or anything like that, anything around that type of energy, like the tower card is gonna allow you to just kind of hear this message, um take it with discernment. Any type of like big changes in your life will allow you to kind of like chaotically shift with that energy. So it's not necessarily that like it will be completely chaotic. It will probably feel chaotic at first, but that's really just like divine union trying to shift you into this gear. Kind of like we feel a little stubborn sometimes. And that's not to say that, you know, we ourselves are like completely stubborn. Just like sometimes we're not able to see, you know, obviously not being able to see the outcome of a situation, and this is where the law of detachment really comes into play and why you should really practice it. When we're not able to see the outcome of something, it stresses us out. I'm sorry, I'm dropping a lot of cards. Sorry about all the dunking and weaving. But yeah, when we allow ourselves to kind of like shift and not be so focused on outcomes and just again allow ourselves to practice the law of detachment, like we won't feel so like insecure about a situation not working out a specific way, and we won't feel so anxious about wanting to go like do things a certain way. Like I don't know, I feel like it's not exactly something that's easy to understand when you hear it, but like when you're practicing this, you'll catch yourself too. Like you will find yourself like attached to a specific project, and it will like continuously fail. And this isn't to, not to say that you shouldn't just continuously practice something until you do get better. But sometimes like we can continuously fail at something and just, be completely fixated on that and feel completely defeated. And that will be our our definition of our success. Like because we can't overcome this project, like we feel like so defeated and we don't want to do anything else essentially. So if you sometimes just kind of come back to something, just work on something else for a little while and then come back to something, sometimes you'll feel like, you have like a different perspective when you come back to something and kind of reapproach it, and it will kind of give you like a different perspective again and allow you to actually overcome whatever project, whatever problem you were facing. So you'll have like a better solution, or even that time away can give you, a little bit more clarity because, your mind's not so cluttered with frustration or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hope that makes sense. But we have the Six of Wands here too, so there's gonna be like the small victor coming through that's gonna teach you, or not teach you, but like show you a little bit more confidence. So it will show you, or I guess it will teach you a little bit more about self confidence and appreciation for, your hard work. So you'll feel like a lot more gratitude and a lot more grateful for the, the time and energy that you do put in, the effort that you put into your projects. Like you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is why I'm doing it. You know those memes? I don't know. It's a trendy thing on TikTok where people, I don't know what the sound comes from. I can't remember exactly, but it's like all that work and what did it do, or what, where did it get me? That meme. It just keeps coming up. That's funny. But you know what I mean? Like, you won't feel that way anymore. Like, you won't feel so defeated by, like, all your hard work. Like, you'll feel like, oh, wow, I actually have some growth here. I have some potential for growth here. So, the effort that I've been putting in, it is paying off. Slowly but surely. We do have the Three of Cups energy here, too. So, if you're not feeling it now, you will feel like the synchronicity here. And this has come up quite a bit, with this new year. Obviously, like New Year's, we always end up like meeting new people throughout our year. Obviously, I mean you're going to, but it's almost like we like kind of, like when you're in those like open world games like Fallout or I guess Starfield. I don't know if you even play video games, but there's all like these side characters, these side missions that actually end up teaching you like some big important like message about like, I don't know, the main story, or just kind of teach you something just like on a side mission. Like some of these people like are like side mission characters. I'm not trying to tell you that other people are NPCs. I'm sorry that this is coming out weird. But like they always give you like this kind of like mission, and it has like this like secret hidden lore within the video game. So it's like almost like you get like this secret like lore and insight in the universe through the people that you meet in different years, in different parts of your life, like especially on more impactful years, because we have like these, if you're not aware, I don't do timeline readings, but you can get like your timeline read through astrology and some other things. I can't remember exactly, but you can get like your timeline read. So like you'll meet like these caricatures, these people throughout your different areas of life, and they will teach you like important messages about yourself and about the world around you. I don't know, it's important to pay attention to those details. And I'm talking about real life here too. Like, I mean, they're inspired in video games from like real life people. Like that literally happens in real life. If you don't pay attention, if you just find yourself paying attention, sometimes you'll notice that, oh wow, it does happen a lot more often than I've paid attention to. Anyway, so you'll meet like these important people and you'll feel like this synchronicity, especially when you are more spiritually aware of like your path and you're just where you're trying to, go, your your destination, where you're trying to, where you're I guess not necessarily expect your destination to be, you know what I mean? Like, you have a journey. You know that you're on a journey. You feel yourself being on a journey. And so you'll feel like this synchronicity when you're more spiritually aware of this journey, this path that you're on, and you'll find yourself meeting these people that have like shared experiences and synchronicities. Like, you'll feel like more reflective of them. You'll feel more connected to like who they are. You won't feel like, attached to them, of course. Um but you'll be like more like, oh wow, we have like a lot of synchronicities. Like, a lot of us, like, we're not exactly the same, but we have a lot of shared experiences. Like, this feels very familiar to me. Not even necessarily always like a deja vu, but almost like a feeling of deja vu. Like, oh, I feel like I've been here before, but sort of, not necessarily the same energy, but similar energy. And then we do have the devil card here. So just really kind of coming into this energy of kind of falling into like, some temptations, and just feeling a little materialistic about our manifestations. So don't let that sort of energy kind of manipulate your destination. So if you feel like you are kind of like too worried about like money and just like, how things are going to work out, like, just kind of like check yourself and just maybe like remind yourself of like all the growth that you have done, and why you're doing this a certain way, so you can feel more inspired and actually do like the hard work, and not feel like, you're in this like victim mindset, or that you have to prove yourself in a certain light in order to really feel like successful. Because we're trying to step away from, like, we're stepping away from that energy, because that type of energy is really what makes us feel defeated. Even when we do have a lot of success, like that type of energy can make us feel unsuccessful even when we do succeed. So it's important to recognize that. So when we're coming into this new chapter, again, there's going to be a lot of like main character energy. Like, we're going to see a lot of fruits of our labor. You know how we saw the lady pouring the water in the garden and the flowers were really big and blooming? Yeah. We're stepping into that energy. So it's really important to check yourself and, teach yourself discipline when you're stepping into this chapter, because it's important to remember discipline, because when we have more, we have a lot more leisure. We have a lot more freedom to just put our money where our mouth is. I'm just saying, it is not an invitation, it is a warning. Like, don't do those things. Like, you do you, boo. Don't get me wrong, but we're not here to fall back in old cycles. It's essentially the message here. And these energies came out in the TikTok reading. There's a lot of like ace energy. When I tell you like this is main character energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So there's going to be a lot of abundance coming in with this new chapter. This is a very, very like spring forward. This is a very, very important chapter in your life where you're going to feel a lot more adventure. You're going to explore yourself a lot more. Your independence and who you are authentically, and what you can bring to the table. Like, you may already know what you can bring to the table, don't get me wrong, but it's going to show you a lot more of like your potential and what you are actually capable of, my love. Like, this is going to teach you a lot more about yourself, and you'll feel a lot more inspired to do new things. So we do also have this Ace of Cups energy, Ace of Chalices. Again, it came up in the TikTok reading too, so there's going to be a lot of new emotions, some intimate connections, some love here coming in. So, go with the flow. Do what feels right for you, because we can always work on ourselves and have like these, nice, healthy, freeing relationships that inspire us to grow. But there's this energy coming through, and some of these energies can come through with like some power couple energy. We did get it in the TikTok reading. We'll see if it comes up. I'm actually gonna probably cut it here in just a little bit. Um, we have some more time. I just don't want to be too long, but I do want this to be a longer reading since I've been gone for so long. I am so sorry. I keep dropping cards. It's like when you aim for something specific, the universe is like, nah, here's that. I'm gonna throw it over that way for you. I literally have a table here, but they literally just keep flying everywhere. Sorry. So if you feel like a little defeated or like kind of like stuck in this energy of like materialism, like that you don't have enough right now, take some time to really feel grateful and find some gratitude in what you have right now, because if you're feeling like you don't have like enough, or um things aren't where they really could be flourishing right now, I know that there's a lot of truth to that. However, don't let that energy be what kind of like absorbs you, or like is really what you're stuck in. Don't let that energy be like your I guess definition. Don't let that define you. Don't let that energy be who you are, in a way. I hope that makes sense, because we have the Five of Pentacles energy. So if you are feeling like, you know, I guess essentially where you're not supposed to be. I know that that energy is important to recognize, but just don't allow that energy to really flourish in your mind, because we're here to really go through the work. We're here to actually do all the steps that make us feel more, fulfilled and more successful. Like we've actually, done and accomplished something, and, kind of like taught ourselves what we're like actually capable of. Like we didn't take any of those. We didn't actually even have like the luxury of having all the cheat codes and access to, easy roads. Like, I know that manifestation seems like a cheat code in life. It really isn't. Let's be real here. Like, it really isn't a cheat code. It's just a way to kind of teach yourself a lot more of your capabilities, discipline. You're gonna have to do the hard work. I love you, and I hate to tell you this late in the game. If you are here that late in the game, I'm sorry to laugh. It's not a joke. No, seriously, but I am sorry to tell you this late in the game, but if you're practicing manifestation, like, you are going to have to do the work, bro. I love you. But this isn't here for like lollygagging and just pretending to be somebody that we're not. Okay, this is here to teach us like the hard things in life, and teach ourselves like real self-discipline, teach yourself how to come out of some real struggle, some like real trauma that's kind of at the beginning. I don't know if I said it at the beginning of this video. I think I may have said it at the beginning of the TikTok video. Sorry. Um but like there's a time and place for healing trauma, and like we're doing real work here. Like, we're not here just lollygagging and manifesting whatever we want for fun times solely. But you know what I mean? Like, we're here to really create a new chapter in our life, and really flourish, and really experience better things for ourselves, and get out of this like victim mindset. So that is essentially, and I'm sorry to get so serious right after that, but this is essentially why we're here. It's really to figure out like some inner struggle, and where those struggles come from and where they stimulate, so we can overcome a lot of situations that we have experienced in our life. So, to teach you a lot more about your strength here, like, we're going to overcome some situations. That's why also we go through karmic cycles and karmic relationships, situationships. Like, they're here to teach us more about ourselves, self-love, self-care, prioritizing our own adventure, our own path, paving our own way, and just working on ourselves so we can really build a foundation for ourselves, and not have this dependence on each other, because when we are dependent on each other, we're essentially giving our power away to another individual. But when we empower ourselves, we inspire others to empower themselves, and so that essentially creates a stronger, more meaningful community where people are, doing their side of the work. We also have the page of swords here right at the top. So any inner dialogue or anything that's kind of made you feel kind of stuck in the past, like those things, we're leaving them in 2023. Like we're getting a lot more emotional, financial, physical security here. We're, feeling much more protected, much more in our energy, much more in our abundance, much more in our mindset with this new chapter. So again, like I know that these last few years have probably been pretty, let's be real, pretty freaking hard for a lot of us. But this is where we're kind of taking the reins. Like we were taught all these things, we were in this hermit mode, we were being taught all these things, and now we're basically given the reins. This is our time to, like, start taking action and start taking um some more priorities in our life, so things will start actually coming out to play. You're gonna see the fruits of your labor once again. So I am seeing some cards here popping out, but nothing's jumping. Okay, so yeah. If you have felt like this kind of like defeated, stuck energy before, it's not you, or I mean it's not the world, it is you kind of like self imprisoning your your inner dialogue, your victim mentality. So just reflect on this one too, because there's like this energy of feeling kind of like stuck or not enough, or that we're not doing enough, and that's why we're not seeing the fruits of our labor. Like allow yourself to kind of step into this energy, not this energy, but step into this new chapter. Because that does take steps, and does take you to face some challenges, because we're still stepping into this energy. Just remind yourself that we're still overcoming things. If you feel like you're in a victim mentality, do some self-reflection, because we don't want to be stuck in that energy. That energy is what's going to make us essentially stuck. So don't let the feeling of stuckness be what actually keeps you bound. Like, don't allow the energy of feeling defeated be what actually defeats you. I hope that makes sense. I'm actually gonna do one more card because we're getting here in the 30-minute mark. We're gonna do a moon mantra card. I just really want you to reflect on that last bit, because it's really important to understand that sometimes we are really the masters of our own realities. So if you're feeling stuck, a lot of that really is you allowing yourself to be stuck. And I'm not trying to gaslight you, but sometimes we do allow ourselves to be stuck because we're just telling ourselves that we're stuck. I know that sometimes you can't. Well, okay. Well, your expectation to be able to see the outcome of a situation, that could also be really what's defeating you too. Just wanting to see the success before it actually happens. That can be what really defeats you too. Because you're just wanting to jump all of these things that you need to do in order to actually, be successful. You're just wanting to jump all of that and just go right to the outcome of the experience. Like, those things are gonna be what keeps you in like this mind loop of stuckness. If that doesn't make sense to you right now, you're gonna get a lot more clarity, and essentially you're gonna be pushed out of that energy either way. So don't worry, don't get stuck on that and trying to figure out what that means. Um, but again, my devotion, this is from our moon mantra deck. We haven't read a moon card in a while, so my devotion and dedication to that which my heart desires acts as a compass. This leads me to where and with whom I need to be. My willingness to surrender control and trust that I am supported allows the universe to act on my behalf, magnetizing all forms of abundance to me. So again, when we're detaching ourselves from these outcomes and we're allowing ourselves to be a part of the process. That means allowing failure. That means allowing yourself to be a failure so we can learn and grow. Those things are very important and very influential of our mindset and allowing ourselves to really step in and flourish into this next chapter. So allow yourself to feel defeated. Allow yourself to be defeated. Allow yourself to grow from a situation because it's going to help. It's going to be more impactful that you just allow yourself defeat than trying to figure out, like, oh, why that happened. Like, just allow it to be. And you'll feel like less like of a failure and more of like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to learn from this situation. I'm going to grow from this situation. We're going to figure out how to do this a lot better the next time. And we're not going to be in that victim mindset. So, again, allow yourself to really understand that last card. Not the moon mantra card, but the last tarot card that we got. So you can really feel like you're a part of this process and not necessarily like just somebody who's having life happen to them, um or having like the universe do everything for you. Like you're literally a part of the universe and you're a part of the process. So it's like you and the universe kind of do this like beautiful dance together where you're learning about each other and how to communicate with each other and use this energy to help you grow and flourish and do the things that you want to do with your life. I hope that makes sense. That's like the best way I can really describe this chapter for you, so it makes more sense. So if you feel like it is kind of empty, you're literally stepping into something new here. So you're not going to see everything. You're not going to see any of this happening. It's just going to happen and then you're going to be like, "Oh, wow." You're going to look back at this and you're going to be, "Wow, that redheaded girl was right." That's what I did all that for. Wow. Look at me go. I need a crown. I'm just saying, like, come back to this and you will remember, like, okay, this is what I did this for. I got this. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope this was an enjoyable and entertaining reading. I know we got a little bit into the longer mark here, but the rest of our readings for this week will not be as long or as in-depthful. They'll be in-depthful, but they won't be as long. So we're gonna do some more content, some more shadow work, and we're gonna be diving into some dream journaling. Because I've been working on some projects, so I have some things to come and bring you guys. So I hope you guys are in tune for that. Stay tuned for some dream journaling, some dream interpretation, and astral travel talk. So we're gonna dive into that stuff here real soon. I love you guys. Enjoy your Monday or Tuesday. It's Tuesday now. Sorry. Enjoy your Tuesday. I'm used to making content on Mondays. Sorry. But enjoy your Tuesday. It is Tarot Tuesday. Wow. We started our new chapter with Tarot Tuesday. Go figure. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.